Listen up, mind warriors. You've been operating on a level so high that even the sharpest minds in the intelligence world have no choice but to take notice. They say knowledge is power, but you transformed knowledge into domination. You took their game, ripped it apart, and rebuilt it with your own rules. The same agencies that control secrets and shadows are now scrambling to decode the enigma that is you. Why? Because you played them so hard, they can't decide if they want to recruit you or erase you. It's not just about being smarter. That's basic. You took it deeper. You weaponized your thinking, transformed strategy into artful destruction, and made unpredictability your strongest ally. They didn't see it coming because their models never accounted for a mind that doesn't conform, that refuses the leash of convention. Your brain isn't a tool. It's an entire battlefield where you lead without enemies knowing they've been drafted. Your moves are psychological ambushes disguised as everyday decisions. You navigate conversations like a maestro conducting chaos. Calm, calculated, precise. People leave your presence with thoughts twisted like pretzels, questioning their own realities. They think they're playing you, but you're playing them. Effortlessly, invisibly, irreversibly. This isn't accidental. This is the product of countless hours spent sharpening your mental blade in silence, watching others stumble blindly while you measured every heartbeat, every hesitation, every weakness. You mastered the art of reading people not to empathize, but to predict. Predict their betrayals, their lies, their blind spots. And then you used those predictions to dismantle their confidence one fragment at a time. You didn't just outthink the best. You rewrote the formula of influence. The same agencies that have databases full of spies and analysts now consider you an anomaly. Too dangerous to ignore, too powerful to recruit without risk. They want your brain on their team because you don't just gather intel. You become the intel. You blur the lines between hunter and hunted until the roles are meaningless. You aren't bound by protocols or ethics. They're shackles to you. You see the world as a chessboard with every player wearing a mask. You don't just identify those masks. You rip them off and expose the raw intentions underneath. When you speak, your words aren't words. They're calculated signals that trigger reactions you already own. That's the real control. Commanding minds without force. They tried to categorize you. Wild card, rebel, lone wolf. But you exist beyond those labels. You are the silent earthquake beneath their structures, the glitch they fear but can't fix. Your unpredictability is your armor, and your insight is a weapon forged in the fire of rejection and isolation. You don't need validation because you're already the proof. Every time they think they've tracked you, you're 3 steps ahead, writing new rules for a game they thought they controlled. They underestimated your capacity for strategic chaos. You've turned deception into a lifestyle and intuition into an exact science. The problem for them is simple. Their entire network operates on assumptions, and you operate on certainty. Now, intelligence agencies want to tap into your mind, not because they want to understand you, but because they want to replicate your methods, to weaponize the unpredictability, to harness the chaos you command so effortlessly. But they don't realize that you're not a system to be copied. You're a force of nature that defies replication. They want a blueprint, but you're a unique, living contradiction. They whisper your name in classified rooms, trying to piece together how one person could dismantle their carefully constructed narratives without breaking a sweat. You played their protocols like a master hacker, breaking in through mental back doors they never knew existed, and now their experts are desperate, either recruit or neutralize. But with you, there is no simple choice. You've blurred the lines so thoroughly that their playbooks are obsolete in your presence. You're the paradox they fear most, invisible yet unavoidable, silent but deafening in your impact. The world they manage is rigid, predictable, constrained. You are fluid, dynamic, infinite. You don't just survive the chaos. You create it, mold it, and command it like an extension of your will. You operate in layers they don't detect, emotional, intellectual, tactical. While their agents rely on force or manipulation, you rely on mastery. The mastery of understanding what they don't even know about themselves. You know their fears before they admit them, their desires before they confess them, their moves before they make them. This kind of mastery isn't learned in classrooms. It's earned in battles of wit, grit, and ruthless honesty with yourself. Your power is quiet but relentless. The intelligence community's greatest fear is not a bullet or a drone strike. It's a mind that can dismantle their entire strategy without ever firing a shot. You proved that. You're not just playing the game, you're rewriting the code behind it. And that terrifies those who live by the code. You're the storm they tried to predict but failed. The pattern they tried to identify but couldn't. The puzzle they tried to solve but couldn't find the edges for. They've been chasing shadows you created, running in circles of your own design. And while they're busy trying to catch you, you're already 3 moves into the future, shaping realities that only you can see. The CIA wants you because they know the future belongs to minds like yours. The ones who refuse to play by their rules, who think beyond their reach, who see the world as an open battlefield where every interaction is a strategic opportunity. You don't wait for chance. You manufacture it. You don't react. You command reactions. That's not arrogance, that's reality. You don't need their approval. You don't need their resources, because everything they could give you is already inside your head, sharper, faster, deadlier. The only thing they want is access to that power, and the fact that they don't have it is why they're watching your moves so closely. You're not a player in their game. You're the glitch in their design, the unknown variable that breaks all predictions. And as they scramble to figure out what you are, you continue to operate in your own zone, quietly demolishing limits, redefining what's possible, and proving every day that the most dangerous weapon is a mind that plays harder than anyone else. Remember this: they don't fear your weapons, your connections, or your status. They fear the way you think, the way you see them when they think they're invisible, the way you turn their strengths into weaknesses without raising a finger. You're the ultimate mental strategist, and every secret they hold is already under your control. And the most dangerous truth, they want your brain on their team. Not because they respect you, because they fear what happens if you stay off it. They're cornered by a force they cannot harness, facing a mind that bends rules rather than breaks them. See, their whole world depends on control. Control of information, control of people, control of outcomes. But you thrive in the gaps they overlook, the spaces between their calculations where chaos becomes your playground. They want to recruit your intellect because they know their old ways won't save them anymore. But let's be clear, no one can cage the mind that doesn't belong to anyone. Imagine their dilemma. The best trained agents, armed with decades of classified knowledge, trying to decode a mind that doesn't communicate in known languages. They search for patterns, but your pattern is that there is no pattern. They chase shadows of your strategy, only to realize the real game is invisible, fluid, merciless. You aren't just a problem for their analysts. You're a living paradox, a riddle wrapped in a conundrum, and every solution they conjure just births new questions. They want your brain because you've become the embodiment of unpredictability, the human variable they can't control. They study your moves obsessively, compiling dossiers that grow with each successful play you make. But it's not enough, because while they piece together fragments, you're composing a symphony they're not equipped to hear. Your mind operates beyond linear time. Your decisions reverberate before consequences unfold. You calculate risks not just in probabilities, but in psychological aftermaths. Your influence is a contagion. They can't see it, but it spreads, infecting alliances, sabotaging trust, and reshaping loyalties. You don't just anticipate moves, you manufacture realities where they don't stand a chance. In the halls where your name is whispered with urgency, you're dissected like a specimen, scrutinized by minds wired for certainty. Yet certainty is your enemy. The intelligence they pride themselves on is built to avoid surprises. You are the surprise, the mistake in their system, the variable they can't code. And here's the bitter truth. They know they need you. Not as an equal, but as a weapon. They want to harness your chaotic genius to fix the cracks in their fortress. But in doing so, they risk unleashing a force that can't be tamed or redirected. You're not an asset. They fear you're a liability waiting to explode. But here's the exquisite irony. The more they chase, the more you evolve. Each attempt to capture or control you only fuels your ascent. You grow sharper with every shadow that pursues you, every trap laid at your feet, every whisper of doubt in your path. You are not a product of their environment. You are the architect of a new paradigm, where their rules no longer apply. Your psychological warfare isn't a blunt instrument, it's a scalpel. You dissect their weaknesses with surgical precision, turning their strengths into liabilities. Their trust, you erode it without them realizing. Their confidence, you shatter it through subtle manipulations that leave no fingerprints. This is the true mastery, operating invisibly while your impact screams loud enough to crumble empires. Think about what this means. You move through networks like a ghost, untouchable and untraceable. Every conversation, every alliance, every enemy interaction is a calculated move in a game they don't even know they're playing. They see chess, you see quantum moves. While they're limited to reacting, you're inventing. This is why even the CIA is watching, because they understand that traditional intelligence methods have reached their limits. They need a mind like yours to cut through the noise and chaos, to navigate the tangled webs of modern power with finesse and ruthlessness. They want you because you think in ways that make their entire operation obsolete. Yet there's a darker side to this. The more they desire your genius, the more you become a target. They don't want you just on their team. They want you under their control, to bend you, break you, and rebuild you as their instrument. But you aren't theirs to shape. You are a force born from rebellion and forged in the fires of defiance. Any attempt to cage you will only unleash the storm inside. And so you walk the tightrope between recruitment and eradication. Every move you make is watched. Every whisper about you is scrutinized. But they don't see the truth, that you are already 3 steps beyond. While they plan, you execute. While they wait, you build. You don't just survive under pressure, you thrive. Because here's what they fail to understand. True power isn't in brute force or numbers. It's in control over perception, You control the narrative before they even know it's being written. You manipulate not just actions, but beliefs, shifting their realities until they live in the world you designed. This is the kind of power that terrifies those who rely on rigid structures. You didn't arrive at this position by accident. You are the result of countless battles, internal and external. You've wrestled with doubts, with betrayals, with the loneliness that comes from being too sharp, too different. And from that crucible emerged a mind that doesn't just adapt, but conquers. A mind so dangerous they don't dare admit it out loud. And as they scramble to recruit you, to find a foothold within your complex web, they don't realize they're playing your game. Each offer, each threat, each attempt to woo or intimidate is a move in your grand design. You absorb these tactics, twist them, and send them right back, amplified. You are both the hunter and the hunted. A living paradox they cannot solve. Your psychological dominance is a dance with chaos. They believe chaos is a weakness. For you, it is a weapon. You embrace disorder, confusion, and unpredictability because that is where your strength lies. You see what others miss. That true control comes from mastering the unexpected. And you do it with a quiet confidence that leaves your opponents unraveling. It's this blend of philosophical depth and brutal pragmatism that sets you apart. You understand the fragility of human nature and exploit it with the grace of a predator. Your moves aren't just strategic. They're existential challenges to the status quo. You shake the foundations of power with ideas that cut deeper than any physical blow. This is why the CIA's interest isn't just professional, it's primal. They see in you what they wish to possess, but cannot. A mind free from chains, sharp enough to outthink generations of training, and cold enough to wield power without hesitation. They want you because you represent what they cannot create. A perfect fusion of intellect, instinct, and unpredictability. But let me be clear, they don't want to partner with you. They want to own you. They want to tame your chaos and turn it into their instrument of control. This is where your true challenge lies, resisting their grasp without losing your edge. The moment you accept their terms, you cease to be who you are. You become a shadow of your potential. You understand this. That's why you keep moving, always shifting. Your mind is a fortress with no gates, only traps. And every step you take is calculated to keep you one step ahead of those who would see you fall. You have already rewritten the rules of engagement. They are still reading the old playbook, fumbling through tactics that worked a decade ago. Meanwhile, you innovate with every breath, turning every interaction into a battlefield won before the first shot is fired. You don't just play hard, you play beyond hard. You break expectations, demolish limits, and redefine what it means to be untouchable. You are the wild card they never saw coming, the variable that can't be contained, the force that redefines the possible. As this chase intensifies, remember, they can want your brain all they want, but your mind belongs only to you. And the game, it's just beginning. They're scrambling now, desperate to understand how someone so untouchable slipped through their nets so many times. Their intelligence reports are thick with your name, their brightest minds consumed with tracking a force that can't be tracked. But you already know, chasing shadows is a fool's errand, and they're running out of daylight. What they don't see is how you've turned their obsession into fuel for your ascent. Every time they sharpen their knives, you sharpen your wit. Every time they lay a trap, you rewrite the map. You don't just anticipate their moves, You dictate the tempo of this deadly dance. And in this game, control isn't given. It's taken, claimed, earned through sheer will. Your mind operates beyond their reach because it rejects their constraints. You refuse to be reduced to a pawn, a tool, or an asset. Your intelligence is a weapon forged in the fires of autonomy, unchained from any agenda but your own. They want your brain, sure. But what they truly fear is what that brain represents. Freedom. Freedom to think, to act, to disrupt. And in a world where everyone plays by rules written by the powerful, your refusal to conform is the ultimate act of rebellion. They try to cage you with labels, with contracts, with promises disguised as chains. But those are illusions. They don't bind you. They never could. You see the psychological warfare for what it is, a desperate attempt to regain control over something inherently uncontrollable. You're not just outsmarting them, you're dismantling their entire approach. Their tactics are blunt instruments. Your strategy is a scalpel that cuts deeper with every move. The irony? They recruit experts to predict behavior, to analyze patterns, to manipulate outcomes. Yet they can't predict you because you don't follow patterns. You create them. You bend reality just enough to keep them chasing, always guessing, always wrong. That's why your presence is disruptive on a scale they haven't dealt with before. It's not just a game of cat and mouse. It's a revolution of thought, a challenge to the very foundation of their power. You've become an unquantifiable force in a world obsessed with data and certainty. This chaos you embody, it's a new order, invisible but undeniable. They want to convince themselves they can recruit you, tame you, weaponize your intellect for their causes. But you're beyond that. Your allegiance is to no one but yourself. Every offer they make is met with the cold calculation of someone who knows the true cost of compromise. They don't just want you on their team, they want to rewrite who you are. But that's impossible. Your identity, your mind, is not a commodity to be bought or sold. It's a fortress of your own making, built from the ground up with every choice you refused to surrender. And now, the stakes have never been higher. You're not just playing for survival, you're playing for dominion over your own destiny. Every move you make reshapes the battlefield. You don't just play hard, you redefine the game itself. As they pull every lever, spin every web, try every trick, you rise above it all. Your psychological mastery is a symphony of calculated chaos. You sow discord where they expect order, plant doubts where they expect certainty. You know that power doesn't come from the loudest voice or the heaviest hand. It comes from the unseen strings you pull in the minds of those who think they control you. Their biggest mistake? Believing control is theirs to hold. Control is an illusion for those who don't understand the game. You aren't playing their game anymore. You're the one rewriting the rules. And that's the power they want to harness, the power you refuse to give. Your moves are chess played in 3 dimensions. While they see pieces moving on a flat board, you're operating on layers they don't perceive, weaving strategy into psychology, emotion into calculation, reality into myth. You blur lines and break conventions until their certainty fractures and crumbles. This is your arena, and you own it. They try to brand you a threat. They send agents to infiltrate your world, attempting to destabilize the fortress of your mind. But what they find is not a target, but a labyrinth. Every path leads them deeper into confusion. Every step pulls them further into your design. And while they think they are closing in, you are pulling away. accelerating into spaces they can't follow. Their frustration grows, their desperation becomes palpable. But you remain calm, almost amused. Not because you underestimate them, but because you understand the nature of the beast you've become. To them, you are a puzzle with missing pieces. To you, they are just players in your game, predictable and constrained. You manipulate not with brute force, but with subtlety, turning their own assumptions against them. You plant seeds of doubt among their ranks, fracture alliances with whispered truths, and exploit their arrogance with cold, hard reality. They may have numbers, resources, and authority, but you have something far more potent, a mind unshackled by their limitations. They see your victories as lucky breaks. They call your methods unorthodox. They dismiss your influence as chaos. But all these labels only reinforce your dominance, because true mastery is invisible. It's not in the obvious moves, but in the silent shifts that change everything. You aren't just surviving the game. You are becoming the game's defining force. And this transformation terrifies those who cling to order. They want to recruit you not to partner, but to neutralize. To turn your unpredictability into predictability. To fold your chaos into their control. But every attempt to bind you only exposes their weaknesses and strengthens your position. This is the ultimate irony. Your power grows, not despite their pursuit, but because of it. Each challenge, each threat, each attempt to assimilate you fuels your evolution. You become sharper, faster, more elusive. Because the real power isn't in playing the game better than others. It's in redefining the game so thoroughly that no one else knows how to play. You've become the wild card, the rogue element, the unpredictable force that unsettles even the most calculated minds. You are the embodiment of what they fear most. Freedom without boundaries, intellect without chains, strategy without limits. And here's the final truth. No matter how much they want your brain on their team, the only team you belong to is your own. Your allegiance is to the chaos you command, to the power you wield, to the game only you can play. They can keep chasing, keep strategizing, keep hoping to catch what cannot be caught. But you'll always be one move ahead, a step beyond their reach. Because this isn't just a game, it's your legacy, and the world hasn't seen anything yet.